everyone. Today is Saturday and we haven't done anything this week. It's been raining. We're gonna get some chores done here, and then I do have something to show you. But first we need to get the chores done, get all these animals fed. Would you get out of there? That's not yours. Stupid chicken, that's the rabbit food. Get out of there. Good morning, girl. These birds think they're starving in the morning, and they're all free range, so they can go eat all the bugs and stuff that they want to. Good morning, Casper. How are we today, Casper? And Medusa, this rabbit has got a name. She's the one that likes to bite, and she got the name Medusa. Good morning. She's up in her box over there. All right, you girls ready to eat? You boys ready to eat? We will be butchering some of these chickens very soon. We have way too many chickens that aren't laying eggs. Now, we did put on some new water cups. We put a bucket in a water cup. And we did that on all the pens except for the grow out pen, just because we haven't got around to that one yet. We're trying to find ways to make their water last longer and stay cleaner. So those cups seem to work better. They can't stand in the water like they were before, so it does work better. And here we have come on, get over there. Here we have the grow out pen. And we need to divide these birds up. There's too many in here. I just haven't got around to it with everything else going on. How we doing, girls? There we go. That's everybody in the barn and the barnyard. So all we have left is the pigs and the quail roosters. But before we do that, we have one more thing to take care of, and this is the thing I wanted to show you. So we got Fancy back home. Today's Saturday, so she came home on Thursday, and as you can see, she's not in the pen. And she's also pawing the ground. This is the pen that she was supposed to go into. This here is a 10 by 10 by 16 that when she was in the trailer, they backed the trailer up on the other side. There's a gate over there, and we tied her lead rope through an eye on that 10 by 10, and we basically drug her off of the trailer. I mean, it sounds worse than it was because she didn't actually get dragged. She ran to the end but there's a fence there, so she couldn't get through. And so we had her up in this section. She wasn't tied tight yet. I mean, she wasn't even as tight as she is now. They were working on it, on tying her to that 10 by 10 because we were really worried that she was going to break out or jump. Well, she stuck her head through the fence here and she busted through right on top of the gentleman that brought her home. So, yeah, it scared me badly. Like, she came right through that fence and right on top of him. I mean, she didn't gore him or anything like that. Like, she just ran over the top of him. But she was tied to that 10 by 10 array, so she couldn't go anywhere. And he ended up laying on the ground, and yeah, it was a little bit scary there. It definitely got Western there. So she is tied to the 10 by 10. She can't move it. I mean, she might be able to drag it a little bit if she really flips out again. Now, she freaked out for a long time, running in circles, pulling and all that, and we're having a really hard time calming her down. She won't break. Now, we've talked to a couple of people that have raised heifers for 4-H, and this is the way that they do it. They tie them up to a post and they leave them there. And the cow or the heifer or the calf is supposed to break and become a lot more gentle, where you can walk up and you can touch them. I can't even get close enough to feed Fancy at this point. So she moved. This bucket is her water bucket. The Christmas tree stand is her feed bucket. And she has moved them both through the night. But I have strings attached to them because, as you can see, she's pretty wild. And if she could get off of there, she would probably run me down. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the ropes and hope she didn't break them. We're gonna pull the feeder out. And then, unfortunately, the rope to the water bucket is up there. And, yep. I mean, she's on the rope, this side of the 10 by 10, but I don't trust that it won't come undone, especially once she starts pulling. So this is a very scary situation for me. I am scared to death that she is going to get loose and run me down, especially after watching her go over the top of the gentleman that brought her. So it's very nerve-wracking for me, and I'm not sure where to go from here with her. Now, the gentleman that we bought her from, he raised heifers for 4-H. His son raised them for 4-H. Like, they have a lot of experience with this, and he told me to just leave her there. He said it may take a day, it may take a couple days, it might take a couple weeks. So I'm going to try to find a way to set this camera down and try to get a hold of her water bucket. I'm sure she is pretty thirsty. All right, Fancy girl. Now back up. Back up. You're all right. You're all right. Good girl. You good girl. You're all right. You're all right. Easy girl. Easy girl. You're all right. You're all right. All right, I got the bucket. Now the problem is, yesterday when I put this bucket in here, she was a lot calmer than she is now, and I don't know how to get the bucket back close enough for her to drink out of it. All right, girl, calm down. Nice and easy. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do, or what I'm gonna try to do. I got a PVC pipe here. So we're gonna go just like this. You want that, do you? You want that? Back up. Okay. Now I've got to turn the hose on. All right, girl. How about some water? You want some water? You want some water? All right, so she's got some water. Now, let's see if we can get this feeder back over there. You want some food? You want some food? Yeah? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Okay. Now, I need to get some feed into that. Let me get the feed scoop. Let me get the feed scoop. Fancy girl, fancy, fancy girl. How we doing, fancy girl? Fancy sweetie, you're okay. Yeah, you're gonna get there, aren't you? I hope so. Okay, you guys are in the feed. And we're not gonna give her a ton because we want her to understand that the feed comes from us. So, okay, Fancy, you wanna eat, girl? You gotta back up. You wanna eat? Easy. 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 There you go. So, I know for those of you that have cows and have had cows, this is probably no big deal to you, but I gotta tell you, my heart starts racing and I start shaking. I am really, really scared to get that close to her. I mean, I did watch her flip out and, you know, because we had to load her into the trailer to get her here. She did not like that at all. Then when we got her here and she came through the fence, I've watched her jump the fence. So I'm really not sure how this is going to work out. We're just going to have to wait and see. When they brought her the second time and she busted through that fence, I wanted to go get my 270 and turn her into hamburger. It's just not what I had in mind when I wanted to get a milk cow. I thought, I mean, they had said, you know, oh, she's all right. She's, you know, we can walk up to her when we're feeding, all this, but she's never been handled. Well, I thought, you know, you put her in a pen and you get her, you know, you touch her with a long pole at first, you know, you get her used to being touched. I didn't realize that she wasn't gonna like being here at all. So, Fancy did not cost us anything. She was a free cow. So we're not out anything if she turns into hamburger. we are out a cow, because I have been searching and I cannot find a milk cow around here. So this was the only one that we could find, and we really want it to work out, but at the same time, I don't want to give myself a heart attack trying to feed and water her. I'm really hoping that within the coming days, she starts to calm down once she realizes that she's not going anywhere. Now, she's been there for 2 days, so I don't know why she hasn't realized she can't go anywhere. But she's very, very skittish, and I don't know if she'll get over that. So she's not too happy right now. Where are you, Fancy? There you are. What you doing, girl? So that is my update for the week. She's standing in a bunch of mud because it has just been pouring for the last couple days. She's got her foot hung up on a rope, but she'll figure it out. She always does. I don't want her to, I want to pull that feeder away once she's done eating, because I don't want her to get to it and the rope to where I can't get a hold of it. Yeah, she's tying her foot up. There you go, Fancy girl. There you go, my girl. Now, yesterday, I did try to walk into the hen house. And, I mean, she's at a diagonal right there. And when I got to about right here, she jumped, like, backwards. But that quick movement scared the bejesus out of me. And I got in there, but my heart was racing. So I don't think I will use the front door of the hen house anymore. I'll go around and use the back. Yep. Now, Eddie does have experience with cows and horses and all of that. But from my eyes, he is almost 70 years old. And after watching Fancy bust through that fence and run over Brian, I don't want that to be Eddie. I would totally freak out if she hurt him, and I couldn't deal with it. He's up there in the years where he's not going to heal as quickly or as easily as he would have in his younger days, and I really fear for his safety with her. I fear for everybody's safety with her. So that's it. We'll come back in a couple of hours and give her another little scoop of feed. She's got water, she's got hay. She's not going to starve, she's not going to die of thirst or anything like that. She is going to have to lay in the mud because we can't move her at this point. But she's got her foot all tied up. Anyways, we'll see you in a couple hours. Check out that mushroom. Anybody know what kind that is? Good morning, girls. Oh gosh, you're all muddy again. Good morning. Good morning, my girls. Yes. Good morning. How did you sleep, huh? Come on, girl. Come on. What? You want scratches? Your sister wants scratches. Okay. I got a chicken clucking behind me. Well, it's probably only been about an hour and a half, and Fancy is gone. She managed to get her rope untied. I had come out to give her some more food, and she put her head down and she ran at me And she did that 3 times this morning. And so I left and I went up to my shop, thinking about what we're gonna do for the day. And while up there, Eddie noticed that she had gotten loose. So we're done with Fancy. It's not gonna work out. I just about had a heart attack when she ran at me, and I'm glad that when she did, the rope didn't come loose at that point, because she probably would have trampled me. But so we're done with Fancy. We'll keep our eyes open for a milk cow that has been milked, is proven, has had some calves, you know, all that. So for now, we're just going to get back to our normal projects. We're going to forget this whole cow fiasco. It's been a very stressful morning. She really scared me when she charged towards me, and I'm glad she's gone, because my poor heart can't take it. I thought for sure I was going to have a heart attack. But yeah, so that's that. She's gone, and maybe someday in the future we'll get another one. We'll see you next week, guys. You loud little girl.